this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdate 211022.7. Turns out they made that precious little manual acid-proof, so I've got D-Orcator working on alternative means to destroy that piece of crap and its over-the-top idealist propaganda. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or twat. Today we're going to start with... Yes, that's right. And I noticed this initially through Scythy, but then was sent it by Hoovian and Viper Sword. It comes from Food Insider and is a £13 burger with literally everything in it. Now I'm going to draw a number of issues with this, but I'm going to play a clip first. The first issue is, what is a burger? For me, it's something I can hold in my hands. If you can lift that up in your hands without it falling apart, then it is a burger. Why you would want £13 is a mystery. If you can't lift it up without it falling all over your hands, and without it just falling apart in your hands because there's too much going on and the bottom bun has been annihilated by the grease from everything on top of it, it is then not a burger. You are eating a very weak-sided pie. I'm not trying to be a snob here, but I think I'm right. That is not a burger. That is 100%
blasphemy,
and you know it. You should be ashamed of yourselves. It's times like this I wish we'd just come over there and conquer you all over again. So next, I was asked by people on my server, my mods more notably, that perhaps I should reach out to Team YouTube to resolve a little ongoing issue I have. It's suggested that when you hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, give them 3 weeks and they will have reviewed your channel. Well, it has now exceeded 3 weeks. It's now at 4 at time of recording, so a week ago I reached out to YouTube, at Team YouTube. I recently hit 100,000 on YouTube and was wondering how long it took to be able to potentially acquire a silver play button and what the process for this is. Team YouTube sent me a link, which had initially turned out to be quite useful because I got to speak directly to someone through a live chat. And the person that assisted me indicated that as I had met the parameters, 100,000 subscribers more notably, they would escalate this, and I should give them a few days. Which sounds like they've done their job and been really helpful, which they have, except it's now been a week since I had that conversation, and nothing has happened. I mean, if you're just going to reject me, at least be honest. I think we all know I'm going to be because of that stupid community guideline warning I got for linking a bleeding source. Salt Bay has come to the United Kingdom, so much so that Salt Bay was trending. But why was Salt Bay trending? It's not just because Salt Bay now has a restaurant here, it's because some people are morons. Peasantry and oiks alike seem to not have noticed. So what happened was, some customers went to buy some steak, some Dom Perignon, to have some fun and chill out with their friends, and they then got a bill for £37,000, which seemed to surprise them. As if they've never heard of Salt Bay, did they think he worked for McDonald's? Did they perhaps think it came in a cardboard box with a little toy? That's also made of cardboard now because McDonald's has gone even more trash. And just to put the customer on blast a little more, you knew it was expensive when you paid £400 for desserts and £9,100 on wine. How was £37,000 a surprise to you? As we're in the ballpark of food, Hooters was trending, and no, it was not because of the food, but I have heard the food is absolute trash. They were trending because they were called out by members of their staff, who believe that the new attire, uniform, is a bit too much, because its predecessor, of course, was far less objectifying. So what Hooters had done is update the shorts, so they're a bit more, enhancing of the derriere, which really did trigger a lot of the employees. I tend to agree with Pat, who believes that managers and chefs should also be wearing this uniform. I think everyone should be wearing it. I don't think anyone's going to go for the food. They're just going to go to objectify, like they hadn't been already. It's called Hooters after all. Now, after being blasted for this type of uniform, Hooters have backtracked. Like a conservative government, they have U-turned on this very difficult decision. so only their hooters will be objectified. So next, complete swerve. There is no doubt many of you will have heard of the drama concerning the tea community and other channels that they report on. There is a massive fallout with it. I don't care enough to go into it. One of the more notable channels involved that does get called a tea channel is Repzilla, and he's been getting absolutely flayed for pushing a petition for deplatforming, for misinformation concerning certain people he has covered. It gets really murky, and assigning blame on people or strawmanning certain arguments. I will admit, I do like Repzilla, but the dishonesty was not a good look for anyone involved. Somebody that decided to make their point quite clear was Social Repose, because Repzilla tweeted out, "I just found out Social Repose has me blocked after finding out I have 4 false community claims on videos I've done about him." To which Repose replied, "I blocked you a while ago because I think you're annoying and don't indulge in tea channels. I'll unblock just to get this taken care of." Now this will be a reference to his MCN claiming videos done on Repose or featuring content from Repose's channel. When I reached out to him directly, he dealt with it straight away, which we discussed last week. I just like the fact that he's an absolute savage when it comes to calling him a tea channel and thinking he's annoying. To our penultimate subject, Ruby Rose was trending on Twitter for posts that came from Instagram that got a fair amount of attention on Twitter. These posts were concerning her time with the CW network with the first season of Batwoman. The show itself is rubbish. There's no denying it, but it is at the moment still safe, and that's fine. I don't watch CW, I watched The Flash for the first 4 seasons, and then I was done. The same things over and over again, and my biggest gripe, I'm going to say it now, is that in The Flash, Barry Allen learns a lesson in one episode, only to make the very same mistake in the next episode as if this had not happened. The over-reliance on speedsters for villains, that's the other one that bugs me, really bugs me. There are so many good villains, and that's all you've got. And Crisis on Infinite Earths was trash, alright. Ruby Rose's statement went into details about the unprofessionalism of many people that worked on the show, which would include Peter Roth, talking about x-rays for injuries sustained, and how she was held to blame even though she was back at work 10 days later after the injuries she had sustained and the surgery she had to have. Which led, I had to look this up, to Warner Brothers themselves putting out a statement saying that it was entirely Ruby Rose's fault. She was the unprofessional, and she was fired because of it. Her workplace behaviour being unacceptable, and that Ruby Rose was spreading revisionist history. The truth is that Warner Brothers Television had decided not to exercise its option to engage Ruby for Season 2 based on multiple complaints about workplace behaviour that were extensively reviewed and handled privately out of respect for all concerned. The thing is, to Warner Brothers that is, since she's aired dirty laundry, you keeping things behind closed doors in private only makes you look bad. Granted, you guys are now renowned for producing shite, and your name is being tarnished even further by former cast members for various reasons. There were rumours when it came to Ruby Rose, with the injury she sustained and the effort that she was having to put in to work around it. We knew about that. Your statement casts a bit of doubt on other aspects but also confirms other things. So I guess we can all just say handily, you're as bad as each other, you should all just quit. Especially Warner Brothers. You're really bad at this now. Please stop. I was going to do one more subject, talking about 6x9ein, whatever his name is, who had all his accounts hacked. But to be honest, there's not many tweets on it. It was trending, but that's it. It's hilarious. His Spotify got hacked as well, I believe. But instead I'm going to end, because I've got other things to do, sadly. Sorry about that. If you did like this video, please consider giving a like, sharing it. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. There is no political recap stream, but I shall be on Twitch tonight. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic day and subsequent weekend, and thank you all very much for listening.